She just baffles me as a female. I wake up looking horrific. My hair is a mess. I look dead. I've been snoring. How come this guy hasn't run away yet? Do you men not find us unattractive in the mornings? Story 1. If the dude genuinely loves the person, then as weird as it may sound, seeing the real you in the morning is by far the best thing a guy can ever experience because this is exactly who he really loves. The imperfection behind the facade. Story 2. She is the embodiment of pure beauty to me, and the less she is wearing, including makeup, the better. You ladies vastly underestimate how much we are into you if you think messy hair or snoring puts us off. Story 3. You probably think you look a lot worse than you do. When I wake up, I'm thinking about going back to bed or what I'm going to eat. I'd just be grateful you were there, honestly. Story 4. Why aren't you running away from your man in the morning? Same reason. Looks are superficial, and humans can disregard varying states of attractiveness. Still the same person. Story 5. Because if I like her, I like seeing her with messy hair, especially if it's messy because of me. Never had a partner look dead, and if she was waking up looking dead and had a snoring problem, I would encourage her to look into whether she has sleep apnea. Never had a partner who had bad morning breath either, come to think of it. Story 6. Because she would presumably be my partner, I am her rock. Bad hair and snoring are not pushing me away. If anything, she is even more attractive because she is letting me see that side of her. Story 7. Women focus too much on things at face value. You don't need to understand why we find you beautiful in the morning, but rather embrace it and be grateful for it. When someone is attracted to someone else, they will see no imperfection in them. They see them for the beautiful person that they are, and if someone sees your beauty when you don't feel so, you need to keep that person close. Story 8. I think waking up together in the morning with bad hair, bad breath, and crust in your eyes shows how trusting and accepting you are of each other, no matter the imperfections. It's deeper than just superficial attraction. Story 9. 'Cause you are my girl. This is when you are still mine and you haven't put on your outside world costume yet. All soft and beautiful and real. Morning beautiful. Story 10. I am attracted to her, not her all put together, but her as she naturally is. If I was not attracted to her in the morning, would it be fair to say I was attracted to her at all? Women seem so obsessed with makeup and changing the way they look. They do not seem to actually understand what men are attracted to. I am glad my current girlfriend does not wear any makeup besides lipstick, and I am trying to break her of that. Story 11. For the same reason, you don't see us sweating over a little spillage or mild crumbs everywhere. If you're determined to look perfect for yourself, then have at it, but men aren't going to knock you for being human, especially when we enjoy your company. Story 12. Because most men are not as shallow as people make us out to be. We love you for your unique qualities. We love you because you're genuine. We love you because you are present. You may have bad breath, puffy eyes, and messy hair, but that means you were next to us all night and stayed. We love you, that's why. Most of us also enjoy morning intimacy. Story 13. Baggy sleep shirt, panties, messy hair equals perfection. When you like someone a lot, that's when you find them the most attractive. I'm not sure why that is the case, though. Story 14. I really only date women I find attractive without makeup. That doesn't mean she never wears any. My wife loves makeup, but she's naturally my kind of cute. So, when she wakes up in the morning, she's got this cute bedhead hair and talks all cute and sleepy. This is great. Story 15. Messy hair doesn't mean bad. It's your natural state. That's what we date you for. The stuff you put on for society is what gives you social value. Musty girl I'm attracted to is more appealing than an irrelevant dame dressed to the top of her head with perfect makeup. Story 16. Women don't want to listen to their men about how they actually look. First thing in the morning is completely natural, and men prioritize that over exquisite, perfect, manufactured beauty. Story 17. Because she feels good. That full-body soft squishiness in the morning. Good for a cuddle and more if she's up for it. And she is still hot as F***, even when she looks a bit messed up. Story 18. My woman wakes up looking like she got mugged after being on a 7-day crack bender, and she's still beautiful to me. Call it true love? Not sure what to call it, but she doesn't have to be dolled up for me to see her beauty. Comes in many forms. Story 19. A girl with messy hair, 24 hours away from her last shower, still sleepy, in nothing but a t-shirt, is perfect. And you all still mess around with makeup and uncomfortable clothes and horrible shoes. Story 20. Morning woman is the best woman. You see her as she truly is, not what she thinks she is supposed to look like. The mask, the makeup, the fashion, the whatever is so much meh. Half naked in one of my t-shirts, soft, warm, sleepy, and disheveled? Chef's kiss. Story 21. I cannot be with someone who is always fully made up and dressed to the point every day. It's not sustainable and realistic. You don't need to look like a Vogue model. Just be cute enough for the guy, and they won't mind if you sleep in pajamas or if your hair is messy. Story 22. The fallacy of modern beauty standards and consumption-based standards has told us that people are attracted to looks. If your hair isn't done up and your face isn't made up, you aren't desirable. Attraction is how we feel with someone. If we feel good, then they look good. This is also why people are shocked if someone cheats or leaves an attractive-looking person for a less attractive person. Like what Prince Charles did with Diana, Charles was completely at fault, even though she was incredibly beautiful and Camilla not pretty at all to most people. But she made him feel a certain way. Story 23. Because she is cute, and I'm not attracted to some ideal but to the person I love. Being a person, she has to do and be person things like sleeping. Seeing the real person is way better than the fully dressed and covered up version. Story 24. Genuine light-hearted men find you attractive at your most vulnerable and exposed. You comfortably being yourself as you are first thing in the morning is lovely for most emotionally grown men. Story 25. Question for women who believe they cannot be seen without makeup. How do you ever manage to find men attractive? Are you aware that most of us do not even moisturize? Story 26. Actually, it's a turn-on to see you in the raw. Little or no makeup, hair is ruffled, morning face, bad breath, and everything. You're being your real self instead of the persona you consciously project during the day. It's wonderful. Story 27. Bro, I'll wake up for work, and my fiancée will be sprawled out with her hair in her mouth, drooling on the bed. I still look at her the same way I did the first time I saw her all dressed up and pretty, you know? Because it's not the looks, it's not even solely the personality, it's genuinely the person as a whole and knowing they're next to you when you wake up to the moment you close your eyes every day for the rest of your existence. That's love. Sex is great and all, and so is looking sexy, but damn, I love a real human. Someone who doesn't have to try to be beautiful because they just are plain and simple inside and out and all around. Damn. Now I wish I wasn't at work. Story 28. I consider her allowing me to see her in her truly natural state first thing in the morning as a show of complete trust and vulnerability on her part. And honestly, I think it is the most attractive and sexiest she ever is. She is my angel. Story 29. Do you men not find us unattractive in the mornings? That's when you're at your most attractive, when we get to see the side of you that you only share with us. Story 30. For some reason, this is a crazy concept for some, but we understand that you're only human. You fart, you snore, and you get messy hair when you sleep. We still love you. Besides, most mornings I wake up with my beard almost on the back of my head. I've got no room to be judging anybody's bed hair. Story 31. It's when you guys are at your most beautiful. A lot of us guys like things that are genuine and real. We love it when you get dolled up and dressed up, and we love taking you all out and showing you off. But the fact that everyone gets to see you that way, but only we get to see you the other way. We liked it, so it's ours at that point. Story 32. Next morning when she's half awake, you both snuggle in. It's the best. Like seeing her messy hair and sleepy smile in the morning sunlight. It's like I'm looking at an angel. Story 33. Because, at least for me, I do not find the beauty standard that the beauty industry pushes to be attractive. I don't want a superficial person with colorful knives for nails, some super perfect hair that looks flowy but doesn't move, and exaggerated lips. I want someone with whom I can be vulnerable and whom I find attractive, who feels comfortable enough with her body that she doesn't have to overcompensate. Story 34. It's one of my favorite things to wake up in the morning and see the sunlight illuminate my sleeping girlfriend's face. Hair a mess, lips slightly open, just asleep without a care in the world. I love her and find her to be the most beautiful creature in her natural and slightly snoring element. It's the imperfections that reveal the unique beauty we fall in love with in the people we care about. Story 35. It's quite literally comforting to hear my girlfriend snore away beside me at night. There's a side of her that I get to see, belly out, hair everywhere, comfortable as can be, and it just makes me happy that I get to be a part of that. Story 36. Almost like all that extra stuff you women do to look good for us men is not what we value in a partner. Yeah, some of it is nice and some of it accentuates your best features. But it's not always why we are so attracted to you. Story 37. Very easily. My wife, to me, is the most beautiful woman in the world. Her waking up and looking, in her words, a mess, to me is just her looking kind of cute, more real. She's a wonderful woman who I love and adore. Plus, I look significantly worse while sleeping than she does. Story 38. It is one of the few times we see the raw, unfiltered version of you. The version of you no one else gets to see. And it is just goddamn beautiful that you are waking up beside us. Story 39. There's just something about knowing you feel safe enough to be that way around me. I'm not the most handsome in the morning either, but you still chose to let me be the face you wake up to in the morning. Besides, I probably played a bit of a role in making your hair a bit messy. Attraction is so much more than how you look, and you should learn that. I can't wait to let someone know how beautiful they are to me inside and out. Story 40. The same way you still find your partner attractive in the morning, men and women both look like this in the morning. We're human and it's okay. Maybe stop thinking so shallow. Story 41. This is such a weird thing for women to be self-conscious about. Guys who are attracted to women are still attracted to women when they aren't done up. I can't even tell if this is women thinking less of themselves or less of men. Story 42. I find my wife the most attractive in the morning. I know no other man gets to see my wife in such a vulnerable state, and it's because of that I feel honored she chose me to see her like that. My wife is gorgeous, and I'm lucky to have her. Story 43. I think that's when she looks the most attractive. Pure as she is, bedhead is the cutest thing ever. But I also dislike makeup and certain beauty standards. Story 44. You are overthinking it. There is a healthiness in letting your partner or friend see you in your raw beauty. To be honest, most of the time there is not much scrutiny. I am not judging and want to see her as a person rather than a pretty object. Story 45. How do you find men attractive first thing in the morning? There are 8 billion people in the world for a reason that predates makeup and beauty standards. Story 46. For me, it's more of a, how the hell are they supposed to look in the morning? That's how humans look in the morning. If you're grossed out by it, I don't know, grow up. Story 47. She looks way cuter after she cleans her makeup off. She has the morning sun glistening in her eyes, revealing the warm glow of her brown gemstones. Her skin is soft and relaxed after the sweet caress of sleep, and she has the blankets tucked around her in the most darling way. I suppose it's because after looking ethereal all day, she finally appears to be just a human like me, and even then there's no way we are made of the same substance. Story 48. I find my fiancée beautiful, but there's something magical about in the morning when her hair is a complete mess, and she's half asleep and groggy that just makes me gush over her. To me, she looks the sexiest in comfy pajamas. Story 49. As someone who is autistic, I care about the person so much more than what they look like. I honestly do not even know what most of my partner's eye colors are. Story 50. I do genuinely think most makeup and so on is a scam. Men don't care half as much as women do about how women look. I've had friends or colleagues who haven't used makeup and look just as good if not better than other women, particularly those that overdo it. Plus, I'm sure there's some cycle of using makeup that clogs the skin and causes spots, requiring more makeup to cover that up. Story 51. My wife is gorgeous in the morning. After our son goes to school, I actually ask her to blow her morning breath on me and kiss me. I can't get enough of her, to be quite honest. Story 52. Step 1 to understanding men. Stop assuming we are aliens with completely different biology and psychology from you. Do you instantly fall out of love with a man when you see him in the morning? If you do, you might need to work on your standards a bit. If you do not, men feel the same way. Story 53. If you aren't good looking straight out of bed naturally, you aren't very good looking. Most people compensate for their deep insecurities by telling themselves they are better looking than they are. The real test is to see what kind of quality person will actually date you and have sex with you. Think as objectively as you can. And yes, there are women that look good all the time. In reality, many average people cope by promoting delusions of grandeur. Story 54. Real love isn't about looking Instagram ready 24/7. It's about those messy morning moments where you can be your authentic self. So, if he is sticking around, it's because he sees the real you, bedhead and all. Story 55. While there are some unattractive women and men out there, truth be told, first thing in the morning, I just want a shower and some hot coffee. Do I love the person with whom I share my life? Yes. Does it matter before coffee? Absolutely not. After coffee, she is my world. Before coffee, coffee is all that matters. Not her snoring. Not her cold feet on my legs or back. Not her messy hair. Not even her glimmering eyes in the morning light. After coffee, I will kiss those lips and bring her some breakfast, though. Story 56. It's easy. Get a whiff of that morning breath. A tired peck on the lips. I make breakfast for her, I drink my tea, and get some sun. Plus, be honest, Bluebell. If your butt is hanging out, no one will care how you look in the morning.